Welcome, Star Wars friends. My name is James Kenobi 1138 from the RPF, otherwise known as the Replica Prop Forum, and what I have for you today is an unboxing and overview, not a review, but an unboxing and overview of this giant box, which is not a Red Ryder BB gun. Inside this box is actually a Hasbro Black Series Rey EP9 Lightsaber. I received this box in the mail yesterday, which was the day after Christmas, December 26th of 2021. I ordered my Rey lightsaber from GameStop, I think in October when it first became available, and I received it the day after Christmas. What I thought was interesting, it does come in a Hasbro box, cardboard shipper. Wasn't sure how it was going to show up, and I have not opened it yet. This is going to be a genuine unboxing video here, so hopefully we won't need too much editing, if I even can edit. It's not something I'm terribly good at, so we're gonna see what we can do. Oh, and it's an interesting shaped box. That's interesting. So let's get that out of the way, and there's a long piece in here, and whoa. My experience ordering from GameStop was actually really pretty good. I've never ordered anything from GameStop before, and it was fine. Other than I wanted to pick it up in store, which their website says you can do, but you actually can't. So we have this unusually shaped box here. Hopefully that's coming in. Very pretty pictures. We've got Rey and her saber, big picture of the saber on here. Back has got more stuff on it, more saber stuff. Big picture, looks like it's got some things. Oh, there's another little triangle piece here. Got a couple of those, or maybe that was the same one. Nothing on the sides, nothing on the sides. Force FX Elite, and a big picture of the hilt. So, let's crack this thing open and figure out, let's see how that it opens from the back. Does it open from the back? That's where all the tape is. Let's try it. Everywhere there's tape, let's try cutting the tape. One there, one there, one there, one here on the sides. Yeah, I think it comes open from the back. And let's see. Open. I hope I'm opening it from the right side. I'm not keeping the box, so I don't really care if I rip it. And I've opened it upside down. So let's flip it over and open it up. And we have this, which is a little, it's a pressed fiber tray, instruction manual, and warranty cards in multiple languages, and hopefully it takes 3 AA because that's what I got, and seems pretty easy to figure out. We're gonna go with easy to figure out. So we're gonna set that off to the side, and we have this, which I don't know what this is because I didn't read the instructions. And we have the blade is here in the back. I don't know if this is the same blade that Disney uses on the Disney sabers, the park sabers, I should say. I don't know if it's the same blade. I only have one park saber. It's the Kylo Ren, and I don't actually have a blade for it. So I don't know if this is the same blade or not. Blade is protected by a little bit of colored, or I mean a little bit of paper and plastic here, and it's got a connector here on the end. I'm gonna guess this is a 32-inch blade and not a 36-inch blade, which for Rey would probably be the correct length. And oh, you know what? I think that might have been part of the saber stand, which I guess is what this is. And I think these are those new saber stands that I've seen on the RPF. So we have that there. Take these little doohickeys out, and we're getting to the saber. Let's let's just cut these out. Trying to get everything I thought I was going to need, and I didn't want to have to get up to get anything. So we'll cut that out and release the hilt. I think that's everything in the box, I believe. So we'll get rid of the box. And whoa, here we go. Wow. This thing is crazy heavy. Very impressive. I'm not a huge super fan of the saber in the sense that I don't know all the exact ins and outs. I do know that it has a couple of flathead screws, and this has a couple of flathead screws. I cannot tell you if they're in the correct location. The wrapping here, it seems less like canvas and more like a denim maybe, or a cotton. And these bands are all very short. I don't remember exactly what it looked like in the movie. They're so narrow that it kind of reminds me of like a shoelace going around almost. I think it's one long piece that's been dyed different colors, because it kind of is light up here, and then it's the darkest, and then it kind of fades back into light. And this thing is impressively heavy. It does have the little saber hook, which looks like it would be crazy uncomfortable to clip this on your belt. And I know this is the activation switch. Definitely has kind of a positive on and off. And mine actually has a blemish on it right there, but it's a weathered hilt, so I don't think that's actually too big of a deal. One of the things I was not aware of on the lightsaber, I knew in the movie that it had these kind of triangular shaped fins that open up when the blade comes out. I did not know what they looked like. Apparently this is accurate to the prop. I do remember looking at some photos of one of the props that one of the actual movie props that was at the Disney launch bay, I think. I'm not crazy about the design. In my mind, should just be flat triangles, should be smooth on the front. Because to me, this looks like plastic. If someone were to cast these in pewter, I would replace them with metal ones, because the plastic ones definitely look plastic. I don't know if a coat of paint might help. But overall, this is an extremely impressive lightsaber. It does have vented holes here, or it has holes in the bottom to vent the sound out. The speaker's here, and I believe the battery compartment is right here. I can definitely say beyond the shadow of a doubt that if this is sitting in my lightsaber collection, there's absolutely no doubt in your mind whose lightsaber this is. It's instantly recognizable as Rey's hilt. Let me see if I can show some close-ups of it here. Get this, yeah, right there. So it's got these vent holes in the back, and it is weathered. It's of course got a little bit of signage on it, a little bit of sticker on it. Looks like you might have to use well, I don't know if you could use a paint remover or something, a lacquer thinner, a paint thinner, or acetone or something. I'm afraid it would take the finish off of this. But I do feel that it's pretty nicely detailed in here. It's definitely got the kind of the dirt. I'm not sure how well it's showing in the camera, but it does have the dirt down in there. Like I said, this is probably the weakest part, but I don't think it's terrible. It definitely could use a little bit more weathering. Up here at the emitter, it's got the brown here in the recesses. And then of course the emitter end. And it's, it feels good in the hand, other than this, I'm afraid I'm gonna catch my hand on the hook down here, but it definitely does feel really good in the hand. To compare it to a regular lightsaber, To compare it to a regular lightsaber, this is a genuine Graflex hilt. So there you can kind of see them side by side, kind of see what the size differential on these two. I remember in the movie this thing looked just massive, but of course Daisy Ridley is petite, she's a small girl with small hands, and I remember it just looked really massive on her belt. But overall, I think this easily fits the bill. It feels really solid. It feels like you could club somebody with this. You don't even have to put the blade in, but let's put the blade in. So I briefly saw on the instructions, you're gonna unscrew the bottom here, take that cap off. Semi-traditional battery compartment here. And let's throw in some fresh, brand new batteries. Here and here and here. And put this back in. And I know it's got to go in a certain way. There we go. Screw the end cap on. There it goes, nice and tight. Of course, it doesn't want to work because it doesn't have a blade, which is a lot like the Park sabers. Now, I did briefly see in the instructions, you unscrew this part, and this goes in, and it's got to go in a certain way. Not that way, that way. And then you're going to put this through, which is going to open these fins. Like this. And then if we turn it on, that is pretty nice. These LEDs are not the greatest. I don't know if it's just my batteries. They're new batteries. They have never been used before, but I've also had them for quite a while. It's a little bit of shadow I can see in the blade here. The swing effect is pretty smooth. It's obviously not as good as what you're gonna get on an aftermarket saber, but for something like this, it's got the up and down scrolling action, and you do get the light in here, which is nice. You get that small flash of color like you had in the movie. As far as the sound, I mean, I think it's loud enough. I don't generally buy ignited sabers, lit sabers, but I do watch videos every now and again. I kind of keep my finger in that, and a lot of them are really loud, and I think this is loud enough. I do like the crash effect where it changes color. I don't own a saber that does that. I think overall, this is a pretty nice saber. I don't really seem to have any complaints with it. Seems accurately sized, it seems accurately detailed. It's got nice weathering, it's definitely very sturdy. Does not look like a cheap toy, it doesn't feel like a cheap toy. For the price, I know there are several makers, one or two on the RPF, and I've seen some other ones online that are offering this saber. For what I spent on this, the reason why I decided to go with the Black Series saber, when it comes to a Graflex saber, MPP base, a tube-based saber, I definitely feel that, a good community-made replica is the way to go. The ones from Master Replicas and the ones from Hasbro have had their faults, not quite as accurate, a little oversized. But for a unique saber like this, I mean, this feels like it's all metal. I'm sure it's, a die cast, zinc alloy, whatever. Could be aluminum, I have no idea what it is. It feels really solid, it feels really durable. It's definitely heavy. If someone picked this up without the blade, it would feel like a real lightsaber to them. It looks the part. I think you could definitely go in, dust it with some fuller's earth, dust it with a little bit of sand, do a little bit of, put a little bit of oil on the band, you know, to make it really look like it's been held in the hand and worn and used. I think the biggest drawback are these plastic fins. They just look cheap and plastic, but I don't necessarily think it's this saber. I think it's the actual prop. I'd love to replace those at some point, but overall, for the price of this saber, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's definitely a lot of fun. So that's kind of my overview of the Hasbro Black Series Rey Episode 9 Lightsaber. I like it. I'm glad I bought it. I think the reason why I went with this one was I feel like it fits the bill. I feel like it checks all the boxes. The cost of this is equal to around what I saw empty hilts from, you know, community makers. And I decided if I was going to spend that much money, I might as well get one that lights up, I suppose, because then I've always got that role play feature if I want it. But overall, I'm really, really, really happy with this purchase. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you are on the fence about getting the Hasbro Black Series Rey Episode 9 Lightsaber, I would absolutely recommend it. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. Oh, you know what I will tell you, though? Let me take this blade out real quick. Something that I will... How does it come out? There we go. It comes out this way. And just because I know some people might ask... Get that to screw back on without cross-threading. These fins are up, which is, oh, you got to flip them down. Okay. Let me grab this. The height is, let's see. It comes in at basically right at 11.5 inches. Guess I could go this way with it. Comes in right at about 11.5 inches, which is a little bit longer than the Graflex Saber, but that's that length. And I did grab these calipers just to, I figure someone might be interested. We will set this to millimeter. We will try to set this to millimeter. We will set this to millimeter. Just to grab a couple random dimensions here. We'll go for the biggest part here. Oops, the biggest part here on the saber, on the pommel. And we've got 44.8 millimeters if we're going for the grip area. The grip area is 39.9 millimeters. If we are going here at the top, across the face here, we're looking at 55.9 millimeters. If you were looking for this dimension right here, 65.8 millimeters. I don't know if that's going to help anybody, but I know there are people that are a lot more learned, schooled, skilled on the ever since her staff from episode 7. So there's just a couple of random dimensions for you. Anyway, I like this. I'm happy with my purchase. I'm glad I bought it. This will be an excellent addition to my collection. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.